Hey, today we're going to be rehabbing this Vornado 14C-2 fan. This is a great fan, however mine's been making a lot of rattling noise lately. I think that some of the rubber grommets have just been worn down and need replaced. So you can see I've already gotten started tearing it apart. Really just the basic stuff, and I'll walk you through the rest of the teardown and the cleanup. But really we're going to rehab the whole thing, including replacing all the rubber grommets, including the power cord, and also gonna just repaint it. It's got some rust spots on it, and so really just gonna do the whole thing over as a fun little winter project. So first of all, parts for these fans are really hard to find. I'll say that I only found one company online that supplies rebuild kits, Crescent Industries out of Andover, Kansas. They don't have the 14C-2 listed on their site. However, I assume that there's a lot of parts that are interchangeable between the models. So I reached out to Rich at Crescent Industries and let him know, hey, I've got a 14C-2 I'm trying to rebuild. He mentioned they didn't have any 14C-2 kits. However, the 16C-2, I believe, kit had the same size rubber grommets. So I went ahead and ordered from Rich at Crescent Industries the rubber grommet kit, as well as a new power cord. This one's gotten a little old and brittle, and frankly it's got a lot of duct taping together and electrical taping together that needs to be fixed and cleaned up. So we're going to go ahead and do all of that, as well as replacing the rubber grommets and repainting the metal here. See, a lot of the rubber is just old and rotting. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is just torn apart, and then lots of the other rubber grommets are just so hard that they're no longer providing adequate cushioning, and so I think that that's really contributing to a lot of the noise that I'm getting. So we'll just keep our wiring straight here so we can wire it back together the same way whenever we get a new power cord from Crescent Industries. See here the switch. Not a great job here with this wiring, so that's why we're going to go ahead and get that cleaned up. Got this old rubber grommet here that holds the motor while it's spinning. Really dried up and bad looking rubber there, so we're going to go ahead and remove that and get this ready to paint. Gonna work it out with the screwdriver. Whoa! That guy's in really rough shape. And so yeah, this all just needs cleaned up and we'll get it painted. You can see a lot of rust on these arms that hold the front of the motor cover in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some Rust-Oleum rust remover and soak those in there, and then going to clean all the parts before painting with mineral spirits, just to make sure that everything's ready to rock and roll. As we just saw in that super sweet montage, the fan is all painted up now. Nice teal color with some very subtle gold buttons and cover plate here. And so now we can go ahead and get started in putting in the new rubber grommets. So let's go see if we've got a package from Rich.
Wow.
Boom, so we got our package in the mail. Let's open it up. There's some nice looking fresh rubber grommets in there that are gonna fit into our fan. So let's go ahead and get started on those. It's got a top designator. Very nice. Very easy. Okay. Now we got to replace these bottom feet on here. You can see they're kind of, for lack of a better term, riveted in there. Got some new rivets. So got to figure out a way to get these out of here with doing the least amount of damage, hopefully. Okay, not as easy as I was going to think it was. It's all right, we'll find a solution. Wow. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now let's get a punch, hammer that out so it flares and holds that in. So I'm gonna take this punch, and that should be enough to spread this out. And then I'll clean it up and tamp it down with this one if it needs it. Maybe use a pair of pliers, we'll see. So, first things first, looks like we're all through here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How's it coming together?
Hi.
Nice. Good job, honey.
Thank you. Cool. So it's time to wire this puppy back together. First things first, we're gonna solder our switch together. It's kind of complicated how you gotta run the wiring through here, so just be paying attention whenever you're disassembling your old wire, if you're going to replace your power cord when restoring your fan. So I'm gonna solder these together and also shrink wrap them together just to make sure that we never have to do this again. It's a solder job only a mother could love. Woo! Woo! It's really happening. Okay, let's test it one more time. Incredible, we did it.